Welcome back. Here we have a file which contains the allele calls for the 8 consensus sequences that we generated for mid-2 HLA-B. And now you'll notice that we have up to hundreds of alleles which were perfect matches for some of the consensuses. And what we need to do is that we need to combine the data from exon 2 forward with exon 3 forward with exon 2 reverse and exon 3 reverse. We need to combine all of those because the true alleles will not only match the consensus sequence for exon 2 forward, but they'll also match one of the consensus sequences for exon 2 reverse, and one of the consensus sequences for exon 3 forward, and one of the sequences for exon 3 reverse. Any allele which does not have a match across all 4 is obviously not the true allele, because we have 4 parts of sequence and you have to match all of those in order to be the allele which was present. So what we're going to do is we're going to, first of all, we're going to change the names of the alleles, because the alleles have asterisks in their name, and some of the Excel formulae tend to behave a little strangely, in my opinion, when we see asterisks. So we're just going to get rid of the asterisks out of the names to make our formulas a little more predictable. So we'll select the whole sheet and then we'll do a replace, find and replace. And so we're going to find and replace B asterisk. And in order to put B asterisk, you actually have to put B and then a tilde and then asterisk. And then we're just going to replace that with B. So we'll replace all of those, 4,000 replacements, and get rid of that. So now you see, instead of having B asterisk 07020101, we have just B07020101. Now we're going to add 2 more columns to put some formulas into. Insert, insert, and we'll call these columns count. So as I said, if this is the true allele which was present, we should be able to find it in exon 2 reverse, exon 3 forward, and exon 3 reverse. So we should be able to see it 3 more times. So the formula I'm going to use is called COUNTIF. Many of you may be more experienced with Excel than I am and have a better way of doing this, but for those who aren't, you can just copy the formula that I'm using. Equals COUNTIF. Now we're going to count in this range here. Funnily enough, we found one C allele, which was a perfect match there. So we're also going to just put some $signs in front of the columns and rows in the range so that the formula becomes absolute, and when we copy it, the range remains the same. And we're going to count the number of times that cell there occurs within the range. So you see it occurred two times, and so it's probably not the allele that we're looking for. And then all we're going to do is we're just going to copy and paste that formula across the whole column. And then again copy the formula into this column. Okay, so we can see immediately, just looking at this quickly, that those are probably not the right answer, and yet we've got a whole heap of alleles here which we saw 3 more times, i.e. these are all possible alleles. So we still haven't whittled it down to 1, but we'll do that in the next step. So the next thing that we'll do is we'll just copy and paste these formulas as values so that we can sort by it. And we'll sort the first two columns based on the count. And we want the largest count to come to the top of the pile. And the same with the next two columns. Sort them by count. And the largest to the top of the pile. So woohoo, look at this. We have only one allele, which we called for exon 2 forward in the A consensuses, which occurs 3 other times. So we're able to confidently say now that one of the two alleles that was present in this sample for HLA-B was B0710. But for the other consensus that we got for exon 2 forward, we still have, oops, too far. Always goes down faster than it goes up. You overshoot. We still have 100 potential alleles that we saw 3 times. So we'll cover how to deal with that in the last of the videos. Thank you.